All right, Middle-Aged White Guy Reacts back again today with another video. This time we have Ryan Upchurch, but it is not a song. All right, this is um, The Past and the Future Do Not Exist. Okay, so here's what happened. This past weekend, he did a rant video. What was it called? I can't remember what it was called off the top of my head. Like something like "Where Are We At" or something like that. All right, a lot of you in the comments were saying you need to react to this or you need to at least check it out. Um, you know, it'd be right up your alley. So that's what I intended to do. I intended to sit here and pull that video up right now and react to it. I put in his name, and the first video I see, and this is new, like fresh 8-9 hours ago or something like that, is this video. The past and the future do not exist. I couldn't help myself. All right, I know you guys want me to do the other one. Maybe I'll still do that one, but this one caught my eye. That title is just too damn interesting for me to pass up. I don't know where he's going to go with this, but I mean, this has a chance to get like really theoretical or really philosophical. And either one I enjoy. So let's go, Ryan. Let's see why you think the past and the future do not exist. Okay. Nope.
Only true happiness is found in present time, because present time is the only time that exists.
He's on drugs. He's on drugs.
He's on drugs. All right. So what do you say there? The happiness only happens in present time. Present time is the only time that exists. Technically, I have something in my eye. Hold on. Like an eyelash or something. All right. Technically, he's correct. He is correct. Human beings are four-dimensional beings, okay? We live in the three spatial dimensions that we're all familiar with every day. And the fourth dimension that we have access to is time. We only have, we move linearly through time. So we only have access to present time. We can recall the past, and we can envision the future, but we have no access to either of those timelines. We only have access as human beings to present time. So technically, what he is saying isn't crazy. All right, it's not crazy.
Just listen, okay? When it comes to decision making, let's say something bad's about to happen and you have no idea, but you just got this weird feeling, right? It's your gut instinct that comes pretty instantly. We don't really know what it is. We just feel it, right?
Yes.
But
Anytime you guys get that feeling, pay close attention to it, because every time I have ignored that feeling, it was trying to tell me something, I didn't listen, and whatever it was trying to tell me happened. So pay attention to those feelings for sure, because I don't know what it is. I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes you just know things. And it's funny that he's mentioning that. Like, it's just because I think we've all had that feeling at one point or another. And I know for me personally, every time I've had that feeling, something bad has happened.
comes pretty instantly. We don't really know what it is. We just feel it, right? But we only feel it in present time. It's with us in present time our entire life. So let's say that person does get that gut feeling at that present time. Okay? Then whatever happens, happens. When that does happen, that is now in the present time. So in present time, your body told you something about something that would happen in present time. So if this was going to happen in the future, it would never happen because you would never get there. But if it does actually happen, it's happening in your present time, which is the only time that exists and the only time that matters. For instance, if you are a person in present time.
I understand what he's saying, Not understand. I don't know if I follow him yet, but I understand what he's saying there. Like, if that was trying to tell you something about the future, it would never happen because you're only have, like I said, you only have access to the present. So you're always in the present and you're never getting to the future. But like, I don't know if I follow his where I don't know what he's trying to say there exactly though. That's yeah, I don't know if I quite follow him.
Just and the only time that matters. For instance, if you are a person in present time, wishing in present time that you had a better life at present time, you're not going to be dwelling on the past, because the past is going to alter your present and taking away from what you could be doing in the present. If you are that same person...
Are these rantings of a madman? I'm not sure if I'm following him here. Come on, Ryan, what's going on, man?
Away from what you could be doing in the present. If you are that same person wishing for these things, but wishing for them in the future, you are still taking away from your present time. The future doesn't exist. The past doesn't exist. Right now exists. What you do right now exists. Not what you're gonna do.
Okay.
Not what you should have done.
Okay.
So now you're physically and mentally supposed to be in present, but your mind is in future and past. So you ain't spending no time on present to even make it better. Here's a...
Okay. I don't know if he did the best job getting us to this point, but I get it now. Okay. So he's saying, hey, if you're dwelling on the past, you're dwelling on the future, you're taking away time and energy that could be spent bettering your situation now. Instead of wishing for it, just, you need to be working towards those goals. Examine your life, decide what needs to change, and start doing it. Because if you're thinking about what did happen and dwelling on that, or, imagining what could be, your mind isn't focused on what's going on right now. And like he's saying, this stuff doesn't exist on either end. Like I said, you can recall and you can, imagine, but those timelines, we don't have access to them. So why are you allowing your mind to focus on those areas when right now is what counts? Okay, Ryan. Okay, I think we're there with you. I think we got you now.
So you ain't spending no time on present to even make it better. Here's a good example.
Okay.
A bad relationship that you don't want to be in. And you're just like, man, fuck this. I'm over this. I'm stressed out. It's bugging the fuck out of me. I don't want to be in a relationship with this person anymore. Jesus Christ. And with your gut instinct what you want to do. But then what does your brain do? Your brain goes, oh, well, I've been with this person for X amount of years. And you start thinking about the past.
And I've done that, I've done, especially because you count how much time that you've had invested. I've had, I've been with this person for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, whatever the case may be, 20, 30, I've invested this percentage of my life to this person, and I've rationalized sticking things out like that before. Absolutely. Especially when I was younger, and like, if you were with somebody for like a year or two, it was like such a really long time. It's like you guys have been together forever. We've been dating for over a year, Oh man. So like you had a year's worth of time invested in a person, and you didn't want to just let that go and make that be a waste. It's a weird way to rationalize it, and I get it. But I think once you start getting into like the multiple decades that you have with a person, it does come into play though.
X amount of years, and you start thinking about the past. And now if you're thinking about the past again, it's not going to be well for your present. Or if you're like, oh crap, well if I break up with this person, well, what's going to happen to him in the future? You're not thinking about the present no more, okay?
And people do that, like, not only like what's going to happen to them, but like what's going to happen to me. A lot of people aren't comfortable being alone. So they're worried like, well, I don't know when I'm going to meet somebody else. I haven't, tried to date in X amount of years because I've been with this person. So that's another way. And, I've rationalized things that way as well. He's 100% correct. It's like you think, and I'm not, usually it's more like, when am I going to have a relationship again? It's like, it's a weird way of rationalizing things. And like I said, when I was younger, I did both of those things. Absolutely.
To him in the future. You're not thinking about the present no more. Okay? You got to focus on you to make you better. You can't be focusing on someone else. Someone else has to do the same exact thing you're doing in their present time.
Yes.
You can't be worried about what's going to happen to them. What's going to happen to them is what's going to happen to them anyway.
Yeah.
That other person has to clean up their present time.
This is some Jordan Peterson stuff. Next thing he's going to be telling us to clean our rooms. he's spot on though. We can't worry in like, not even just in like a relationship sense, in like an everyday life sense. We can't worry about other people and what they're doing, and because what does that have to do with us at the end of the day? Like, yeah, I get it. Like, I worry about what my kids are doing, obviously. I worry about what, my family is doing and how they're doing, obviously. And what's going to happen to them in the future. I do. And, but you can't let that paralyze you from making decisions, is the more important message here. Not to never think of those things, but just don't let that paralyze you from making decisions. Be decisive. And if it, especially, when it's going to like a breakup scenario and like, that kind of thing, you have to focus on yourself. You have to worry about you. You have to make moves to make yourself better and not worry about what other people are doing and what they're going to do. They'll figure it out themselves. They're big boys or big girls, so he's right, man. He's right.
Because if you notice, if the other person's being a crazy asshole and stalking you and all this other shit, what is that person doing? They're fully living in the past. Where's that going to land him? Well, that's going to make his present really shit.
Why has it got to be a him, man? Come on. just playing.
When he goes to fucking jail for stalking and fucking harassment. So, until he stops living in the past, his present's going to continue to be shitty and depressing. You hear some people talk about manifestation. Manifestation only exists in real time. You are manifesting something to happen. You are building, you are doing things to make something happen in your present day time. You're not saying, oh, I'm going to do this one day. No, you're doing them like as you speak. You're going and going and going. You can set a goal. A goal is an idea. It's not in the past, present, or future. But in order for you to become that idea, you have to do things in real time for that to become a reality around you.
That's, yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Those are wise words right there. You should, ideas transcend the timeline, okay? So you set goals and have ideas. But if you're thinking about what you're going to do to accomplish those goals, that's not really helping you. I mean, you have to be actively doing stuff now. That's the only way this stuff happens. And, he's using manifest as in you are doing it. Not you're wishing it into existence. Like, you are building it brick by brick into existence, And yeah, this is wise words here, Ryan.
You have to do things in real time for that to become a reality around you. It's like I've had people ask me before. They're like, how did you become this? How did you acquire these things? How have you made this much stuff? What is your plan? Like, what's the deal? And I tell them all the same thing. My plan is, I don't have a plan. I just live in the present. I don't plan shit. I think planning shit is a bad idea.
Oh, yeah.
But you might say I'm stupid, but me not planning shit has gotten me here. What do you want me to say?
Yeah, I mean, you're not planning shit. I mean, hey, man, hey, you know, he didn't waste time planning stuff. He just started doing things. And luckily enough, he was doing things the right way. And it got him to this point where he has all of this stuff that he has created. Like I said, brick by brick.
Me not planning shit has gotten me here. What do you want me to say? I mean, dude, look how chaotic the fucking world is.
Mm-hmm.
All these statues being torn down. All this fucking rioting and shit in the streets. Why? Motherfuckers living in what?
The past.
Okay, so this person don't like this person because what this person's ancestors did in what? The past. In the present, these motherfuckers don't even know each other. People shot, stabbed, beat up to death, kicked to death, arguing over the past. They ain't even arguing about the present. They are the present.
Man. Not even arguing about the present. They're doing all this over the past. What else can you say? He's spot on here.
And over the past. They ain't even arguing about the present. They are the present. But look what they're all arguing about. Look at all them vibes come together. Then look what happens. Chaos in the streets. Look at the government. Look at the fucking television. Look at the fucking news. In the future, we're gonna be the bestest ever. In the future, things are gooder than mostest. But look at our present. Poo-poo everywhere.
Yeah, you know. Poo-poo everywhere.
Mostest. But look at our present. Poo-poo everywhere. Look at the world we're living in, dude. Arguing about the past, wishing for the future.
Ugh.
But look.
Distracting us from the present. Distracting us from the present. Have us arguing about the past and wishing for the future. Jeez, Ryan. Yep. And what did he say? The only thing that exists and the most important thing is the present. They have us distracted from the present. So we are not living in it. We are focusing all of our energies on these two things that don't even matter at this point, because the only thing that matters is right now. And if you don't think they know that, you know, I got some swampland somewhere to sell you. I don't know where. Swampland in the desert.
About the past,
I don't know.
Wishing for the future. But look at the present we all live in. Exactly. So if you're watching the news in your present day time, you're probably watching what's gonna happen that's super scary.
Yeah.
Or what happened yesterday that was super scary. Then look, you're wasting your present day time on something that is probably gonna happen in the future or that happened in the past that had nothing to do with your present time life. Well, no, because it's sucking you in to invest your time somewhere else besides on yourself.
Well, yeah.
Not to mention, Facebook has everybody invested in other motherfuckers' life, like fucking laid over dominoes.
Can't stand Facebook. I have a Facebook that I made, 15 years ago, and I don't do that stuff. I despise Facebook. Absolutely. That is, you know, like, I give a shit what you had for breakfast or the restaurant you went to. Like, I don't. You know, like, I understand using it to, like, post pictures of, like, your children or, like, you know, places you've gone and visited so that your own family and close friends who maybe don't have access to your life because they're in another state can kind of keep up with what you're doing. You know, I understand that aspect of it, and that's, you know, a very good function for it. You know, 'cause we have family in several different states at this point. So a lot of times, you especially with the day-to-day life and multiple kids, trying to find time to sit down on the phone and talk to somebody, you know, it's not always feasible. So being able to, like, post stuff so people can kind of feel closer to you and they can keep up with what's going on in your life is convenient. All right. But outside of that, yeah, I don't care about anything that, you know, your morning latte and your lunch and your lettuce wrap, all that crap. I don't care.
Has everybody invested in other motherfuckers' life, like fucking laid over dominoes? Oh yes, in a small town especially. Everybody be on everybody's nuts. Did you see what Deborah posted down the street? She was line and this happened. Yeah, I heard about it. I heard about it, Cindy. I texted her about it. I told Tom just when he got home. Look at all these fucking people that are invested in other people for what? Because you're so fucking invested in the drama and shit that life is producing right now. So, that's a lot of negative energy, right? Okay, yeah. Well then look at the state our fucking world is in. But yeah.
You're basically saying there, you know, by living in the past and the future and you know, following people on Facebook and being invested in other people's lives, not only are you taking energy away from your present and bettering yourself, but it's also causing drama, you know, or in what's it, rumor and stuff like that, and it's all this negative energy that it's pulling out of us. And God, what was it? What did we just hear? Somebody on this channel, one of the artists, I can't remember who, said something about like God, what the hell was it now? I just had it. Damn, I can't recall it off the top of my head. Never mind about that. Never mind about that. But like this negative energy manifests in a negative world around us, you know. Because like I said, if you... I can't... Damn it, I can't... I wish I could remember this off the top of my head because it's a perfect example for this. But, you know, something we just did and they were talking about something similar. I don't know. I lost it. Let's just keep going.
Well, then look at the state our fucking world is in. But yeah, don't wish for the future. Don't live in the past.
Yeah.
Thrive for right now.
Oh yeah.
And what you want, you'll attract. Your boy's going to bed. By the way, isn't it weird? The me in this video doesn't exist anymore. It's somewhere else. See ya.
Wow. All right. That was a nice message. That was a really, he's absolutely right. And it's a very important message. You know, live in your now, make moves to better yourself. If you don't do things, good things, you know, good things don't just fall out of the trees and land in your lap. You know, you have to work for things. And that's essentially what he's saying. And all this other stuff is just distractions. Like he said, the news, the TV, you know, Facebook, all this stuff is designed to keep us arguing or living in the past and wishing and hoping for the future. So there it is, guys. That'll do it. Middle-Aged White Guy Reacts is out. Peace.